Big shout out to the Ghosts and the Ghostettes. Today we talk about leaving the Outlaw Motorcycle Club or 1% Club. Can you leave on good terms? Will your brother still stay your brother? Is it possible for you to have that relationship and the patch not be the end all be all? The actual brotherhood is what matters. Let's get into it. All right, let's talk about it. Can you leave an Outlaw Motorcycle Club? A lot of people ask that question. They feel that someone's gonna come hunt you down if you leave the club. Now, there's situations where it is like that, but it's usually when you're out bad. Now, there's two sides to the out bad too. There's people that just fall out of favor, so they're out bad, supposedly out bad, and then there's the people that slept with somebody's old lady, stole, did some grimy shit, or is a constant cancer in the club. And a lot of times, the people that are the true cancers are never booted out the club. They just last forever. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to that. But I know people that are some of the greasiest people, and they last a long time in some of these settings. Certain people just don't see it, or they just want those numbers for dues. But to me, a patch doesn't make you a brother to me. To me, you're fake. If you tell me you love me, if you tell me you're my brother, and you stop talking to me because I'm not in the club no more, if I'm out on good terms, if you're out on good terms and they stop talking to you, they never was your brother. They're just about wearing a patch. They're not about real brotherhood, and you know the type of people that they are, and a lot of people are like that. And there's two sides to the token. Being loyal to the patch, they feel you should have stayed, but listen, you only live one life. So you gotta do what's good for you and your family at the end of the day. People also ask me, will they take your motorcycle? Now, I'm gonna tell you the truth about this. I think that is BS, but I do know people that have had their bikes taken away. It does happen. It's not a common occurrence. It depends where you're from, you know what I mean? Maybe you live over here, you've seen it happen all the time. That's your truth. I can't say that ain't the truth. I've heard about it like 2 or 3 different times where they actually took somebody's motorcycle. But I mean, what kind of man are you if you would allow someone to take your bike? I don't care what club it is. I don't care how tough dudes think they are. Taking somebody's ride, like, to me, you was never built like that anyway. But if they're gonna take your bike, 9 out of 10, you had that ratted, you know what I mean? Just did something real foul, stole a whole bunch of money. If you steal money and they take your bike to sell it, that makes sense to me. You made that situation happen, so now you're paying for it. And I'm not advocating for anybody to get anything taken from them. I'm just saying, if you stole, then it's paying for what you stole. Also, let me know what you feel about this in the comments. A lot of people have asked me this question. What about your brother, right? All right, you're close with somebody in your MC. They leave and they go to another club. Do you still consider him a brother? In my opinion, I've lived this, so I know how I take it. If I judge a man on our relationship and our relationship only, I could be super cool with you. If you don't like that man, but my interactions with him always been solid, then we remain solid. I can't just do the follow the leader. This one don't like you, so now I don't like you. I don't do that. I take great pride in being the one that will stand with you. And I've done this all throughout my life. Even when I was a little kid, I'll even tell you a story to tell you how much I will stand with my brother and fight against whoever. There was a situation where we had our little crew. It was called 3RM, 300 Ruthless Maniacs. Now, somebody that was very influential in our crew left and went Nieta. Nieta was a big thing. It was the 4 nations, Latin Kings, La Familia, Nietas, and Zulu Nation. This was in the 90s. They were the gangs in New York. They ran it, the 4 nations. At this time, I'm in Kennedy High School. There's a long mile strip where people were getting robbed, a whole bunch of stuff on a constant basis. So I come, I'm walking to school. I see my whole crew. It's like 8 or 9 of them. They're lined up against the gate. I walk up, I see my man Baloo. He's holding all their beads. He comes up to me, he says, "Yo, give me your beads." I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, this dude's stupid. I'm not going out like that. So he hands me all their beads and he says, Not one of them represented. Not one of them fought for this. You're the only one that said no. And we were just testing you. So this is what bigger gangs did to little smaller crews in those days. But he was a little salty because he left. So my brother Junie had an altercation where one of the other people there called him out. He wanted to fight him. Junie was scared and he started pushing him and stuff. And he was in my crew. And I've always been the type of person I take up for people. Do not do that shit. It always ends up bad. Let people fight their own battles and then have their back. He wasn't taking up for himself. I pushed dude back. I'm like, yo, listen, he said he don't want to fight, leave it alone. Me and the dude start scrapping. After that, my boy Chris was so mad at him because Junie didn't jump in while I was fighting the person for him. He's like, yo, why didn't you jump in? He fought for you. So Chris hits him and he spits a tooth out. I'm like, no, I grab him. I'm like, chill, Chris. Like, I always been protective of my brothers. Like, and everybody was against him at that time, and I still stood tall with him and defended him. Like, I take pride in that. Like, if I love you, if I consider you a bro, everybody could turn on you. I'ma stand right there with you and fight. I've always been like that. I feel that if somebody's not in your club anymore, if they're your brother, they're still your brother. Now, if they do something grimy, you know, I'm not gonna want nothing bad to happen to you though. I'm gonna want you to just go on your way. Now, if you did something malicious, then it is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna talk about that on YouTube. So what happens when you leave an Outlaw Motorcycle Club on a regular note? They take your colors, everything, hats, hoodies, any of that stuff, you hand it in. Some people hand in the patches and keep the cut. I feel, personally, you hand the whole thing in. It's a respect, not to the suckers that maybe, you know, you had issues with them and you left. It's a respect to the club that you represented. You take that cut off, you hand them the cut. And if you got tattoos, stuff like that, you cover it up. Now, some people get diamonds that are not the club diamond. It's just the one. They're not gonna tell you you have to take that off. Now, a lot of the bigger clubs do have diamonds with their logo in it. If you have that, you have to cover that. And I have seen people that were in diamond clubs, went to another diamond club and have the previous diamond club's insignia tattooed on them, and they're functioning in the new club. I have seen it before. It's weird. It is weird. I have seen it though. Let me know in the comments some stories of you guys, because I know a lot of people leave clubs. And listen, people leave from this club, jump to that club. I know people, whole chapters that have gone from club to club because they just didn't find that home. I'm not against you finding a better place that fits you, or you're just not rocking with certain people, but just to hop from club to club to club, you gotta hang around and wait a while, make your decision. So to the people that's new to the Outlaw Motorcycle Club scene, to the 1% scene, or any MC, any MM, any club, ask your sponsor straight up. If I leave this club, if I fall upon hard times, if you know, if my child gets sick, if I get busy at work, is it gonna be a problem if I have to get up and go? That's an honest question to ask. And when they answer you, hold them to that answer. Let me know in the comments some experiences you have with people leaving your club or you leaving a club. And I got a video talking about the things you should never do as a prospect in an Outlaw Motorcycle Club. It'll be linked above. And thank you for tuning in to Sose The Ghost TV, which is sponsored by Demons Row, the holy grail of MC culture. Like, subscribe, and comment. And oh yeah, we ghosting, baby.